Well, that's pretty much a nice place to come on in. Hello again, kids. It's me, John Bartman, and I'm here today to continue working on this commission. Like the title says, it's for a game. If you're new to the channel, I usually make music templates. Check the link in the YouTube description for the free download, the free pack, stuff where you can just drag it and drop it into Ableton or Reaper, and you can start working on some of the music I've made, basically just for nothing. You figure it out, better than a blank slate. Great to be back. I'm seriously happy to be here. This is the highlight of my day. And today, let's keep going with this piece, which is a character theme. Let's play it. Let's take up the volume a bit. It's a character theme for a game set in the 1930s. So I'm kind of limited to period instruments, which suits me just fine. I prefer having these kinds of limitations because it makes your life easier. You don't have to browse through 10 million patches to find out what you're looking for. Okay, so it's a loop, and we've got a combination of piano, double bass, and this horn patch you see on the right here called Forzo. Although I'm on the fence about it, we might end up using something else. Yeah, well, welcome again. It's great to be back. I've been streaming pretty much every day for 3 weeks, 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. And yeah, kind of really getting to the zone of it. A couple of people have been showing me some love, so thanks for stopping by. I'm not exactly clear where to go with this musically today. I don't know exactly what to do, and that's fine. What I do know is that I'm looking for something that has almost a Pink Floyd influence, because the character's got he's a bit mad and possibly quite devious. So let's open up the board. This is the sort of notes board that the client David has set up for me to get a sense of what exactly we're trying to create here. And we've got it sorted according to characters. So I've been working on these different characters: Harry Renfrew, Colonel Bass. These are all characters in the game. And today we're looking at Alex Marwood. So there's a bit of a write-up there. He's often drunk. He's a bit of a negative character, possibly. And David's been watching these streams and has actually commented on certain moments of the stream to give me a sense of what works and what doesn't, which is like, this is like the quickest feedback I've ever got. Usually you wait for 2 weeks. So I haven't got a reference track. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to emulate, but I think we're on the right track. So the main issue with this track at the moment musically is that these gaps over here, another one coming up. Okay, those are fine, but they're gonna jar the listener's attention. If the listener's playing a game and trying to read some text while they're paying attention, the music, especially if it's a loop like this, might start to divert their attention. So this is not actually a good thing. I'm going to try and plug those gaps today and make it feel a bit smooth. And we're going to do that with the introduction of a new element or a new instrument, possibly, to try and make it sound a bit more, a bit less empty at those moments. Okay, we've also got a problem here. One is the brass patch, Forzo, there it is. I'm going to hide this, we don't need it right now. Let's take a look at what's going on here. I see. This has triggered the staccato note a little bit too early, so it was sounding wrong. That's what I'm going for, yes. Now I have a feeling that I'm going to end up using half of this, but not the whole of it. So let's try something. This is something that I often do when I hit a wall, like I am doing now. I'm going to take this beginning section from the brass, I'm going to mute it in the brass, and I'm going to try and find another instrument for it to work with. My gut feel is saxophone. Let's see how this sounds with just the first part of this piece running through the sax, which means I'm going to open up the saxophone instrument interface so I can see what's being played. It's going to be down here. There it is. And now we should have control over the sound. First, let's just hear it on its own. I'm going to change legato, and I'm also going to raise this up 1 octave, seeing as the sax works well, or works better in a higher octave. So that should do the trick. There we go. Also don't like the current reverb. If there is, no, there's no reverb, it just doesn't sound right. Sounds way too far away. Are we mixing it in mono? Yes, we are, that's why. Okay, so this is actually an ensemble. Okay, I'm triggering the ensemble saxophone. What I want to do is trigger the solo saxophone. So let's move it down to there. My mistake. And we should hear a different sound now, something that sounds more like one instrument and not a host. Yeah, that's kind of sneaky. I like that. That doesn't work. I think that also might not make sense musically. Let's open it up and change it to da, 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 da. So we're copying from the previous phrase here. This is a G sharp, sorry, an A dim. No, sorry, this is the. Let's play it out and hear it. Here we go. Up an octave. Yes, that's right. So we go an F to F sharp. This should work. Too late, too early, and too late. Just changing the timing a little bit. Cool. And I also want to just drop off all of the velocity and just legatify this a little bit so everything's a little bit longer and overlaps a little bit more. That's kind of what we're going for here. Let's see if I can make it work. I know what the issue is. We need to. There we go. Yes. Now, sax is a very difficult instrument to make sound legato with these sample packs, and the reason is the sax was invented actually to as a response to brass instruments like the trumpet and trombone, which had trouble, not trombone, but trumpet definitely had trouble playing smoothly because you're actually playing harmonics. Saxophone was like, right, we need something that can just play through a scale like and make it sound very legato. Come sample libraries like this one, and suddenly you've got a note, a note, a note, a note being recorded separately, and now you've got to try and make them sound like they're smooth. Quite a challenge. Not sure if it's going to work. Let's try. Let's try it in context so we can hear. Now it should switch over to the other brass patch at the end here. And here comes a big one. Let's see, now we've got two different elements. Okay, it doesn't grate my ears, which is a good start. I think what the sax might need those might be the wrong notes too. Yes, we're going to, that's right, I could hear that they were wrong. We're going to, actually let's just play this out. I'm going to need the piano to play this out. My ears are going to beat my eyes when it comes to figuring things out. So it's a goes to the minor, so we're starting out on this actually. Again. And I've forgotten it. Top again. That's it to the A. So it's definitely F to F sharp. Just getting these notes right here, and that means that the sax line must go F to F sharp. D, D, D. G2. So D. Doesn't sound right at all. I think I'm going to scratch these two notes anyway. They are part of the problem I'm trying to solve here. This feeling of like disruption. So it's like maybe trying to concentrate on the game. So we've got to smooth it over a little bit. Try that. Okay, first change the track to record overdub MIDI. Ooh. No, it's not on the E flat. We're going to play it on the... No. It goes to G. That's right, yes. Okay, one more time. Cool. Nice long sustain note there. Alright, we got something here. Okay, it's sounding obviously a little bit choppy, but it's a good start. Now, let's get on with the remainder. I don't want to put too much into the sax because I might actually just decide something else is more suitable. For example, I've just seen the bassoon, which I love. I had a whole session with the bassoon in one of the other streams. Let's give it a listen. Now you can hear they're playing two notes at once, this part over here. To counteract that, you turn on legato. That gives you the... Not exactly sure what response does. Okay, maybe response is like attack. Okay, alright, let's try that. I prefer that to the sax, don't you? Drop me a comment if you're here today, just let me know what you're up to. I enjoy chatting to you guys while I'm working, and thanks for stopping by. To watch some guy tweak MIDI on a Wednesday afternoon, or morning. Okay, we definitely need to smooth out some of the modulation there, make it so it's not just so hard all the time. One thing I haven't also considered is that I might add some guitar to this. A little bit of jazz guitar might sound nice. And another major factor here that's going to play a part is the role of the drums. And let's see if we can get some strings into. I want this to be thick. I want it to sound like an orchestral ensemble. Back in the early days of jazz in the 1930s, people had just basically emerged from the Romantic era of classical music, and so orchestras were in place. They were already a hit, and the next thing was that they were started to get employed to make jazz music. So you still had strings and string sections playing early jazz, which is quite weird by today's standards. When you think of jazz, you typically think of smoky rooms in New York at 3 a.m. in the 1960s. So let's just try a bit of strings. I'm such a string biased nut. I play the violin, so I typically just can't help put strings on everything. And now we're going to change it from, there we go, to a nice legato or sustain sound. I'm looking for my sustain pedal, which is on the floor. There we go. That gives me the freedom to do this. Okay. Now what I don't have is, at the moment, is string control. So let's open that up. And there it is. Okay. Let's make it a little bit dull. So take the brightness down. That's going to give you the difference between this sound and this sound. And it's pretty amazing that we got this kind of control now, and that's pretty basic, but it's still amazing. Alright, now we could go with a plucky pizzicato sound. That's what's going to work best here. Do we have pizzicato on this? Yes, we do. Let's layer up on what the piano's doing. So it's going to be something starting on a B minor. Okay, like that. Focus that window, please. Click on 2 bars intro on the 1.5 because we're in triplet grid mode. Let's thin it out. 2 bars intro, and we're going to get 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm actually recording. I didn't mean to record. Alright. 2, 1, 2, 3. Take off the reverb and just lower the bass, the bassoon. I think it's nice, but it's just a bit too bright. Let's take it down. No. Sometimes this happens. I try to drag. I try to grab the vibrato. It's nice and subtle. I like it. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Let's try this bass again. Yeah, plucky is madness. I like this. Okay, I wrote this 24 hours ago. I need to just get my head around this. So the lay of the land is we're going from B minor to an F to a B minor, then twice, and then back to the B minor, and to G dim, to G dim, to G dim, to F minor, to A minor, to it's not a G dim, it's a G. To an A7, yeah, okay, cool. B minor to A, F, F twice, to B minor, to F, B minor, to G minor, to G major, to G sharp minor, G sharp dim, and then down to it. So then up to an A minor, so we go G major to a G sharp dim to A minor to a F to an F sharp dim, and then we hold on the G minor, and then we go to A, G major, and then to the F sharp major 7, F sharp dominant 7, which then is the dominant 4, the B minor again. Okay, So we've got a lay of the land now. We can sort of get a thing going. Here we go. Now that I know the chords. Strings, full strings there, so not the pizzicato sound. I liked what we were doing there, nice and simple. Let's give it a record. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. I lost it there. So it's the to the A minor to F to an F dim, okay? A minor do F dim do. Okay, I can kind of start to hear something now. Right, that's good. Let's give that a little record. Now I start to enjoy it, when I get into it and I feel it. If you just join me, I make template files and basically give a lot of them away for free. There's a link in the YouTube description if you want to check out what that's about. What is a template file? Well, it's a completely self-contained music pack that you can just drag into Ableton or Reaper, which is the program we're using today. So if you're new to music production and you don't like the blank slate, go ahead and download that free pack. If you want to support my work, check out what I've got on offer at Patreon. Also a link in the description, $6 a month. And I'm starting to put all of my work, basically my 18 years of music production with computers, taking the best stuff and stripping it into parts, making it really easy to use, and then sticking it in a self-contained pack for you to use. So go check out what's on offer on Patreon too. Otherwise, join the streams, 2 p.m. UTC weekdays. Thanks for stopping by. Leave me a chat. Drop me a little comment if you're around today. Let me know what you're up to. I always enjoy listening to having chats with my music production buddies while I work. Okay, so we are currently on. I'm getting better at that, hey? About 2 weeks ago when I started this, I was like fumbling. Now I'm just getting better at the patter, saying the same stuff again and again. Right, C7 is the key switch articulation for the string patch I'm working on. So let's go up to C7 and make sure every time it starts on a pizzicato. And then I think it's 2/3 of the way through. If we can just see what's going on here. There it is, okay. Okay, let's get up there, cool, sorry. There we go, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to find the change point. There it is. It's a bit loud, but we'll get there. I don't know what the problem is too. I've also only got it going. Okay, take it top again, please. So this is the starting point for the legato, so we'll take that down to strings. Let's do sordino. Consordino means with a mute. You can hear the difference between consord. Let me play it for you. One is this. Oops, one is this. That's without the mute. This is with it. That's nice. Okay. Let's do consords with the mute. So back there. Now we're on sustains, which we shouldn't be. It should have automatically switched it to pizzicato. Why didn't it? Oh, I see. I put it on the wrong key switch. We have to put it on. This doesn't belong here. So that's it. And then down to F6, which is there. Oh, it's on sword. Yeah, consort. Good. Next up, velocities. Make sure we're not playing everything too loud. with a string part for the second. More gentle to me now. It's not so hectic. And now what we're trying to do is get a could go with that. Let's just take it from here. And now we're in G minor Pel, not. Okay, we don't need too much more build up, so perhaps legato is better here. Just a easy legato. I keep on hitting the Forzo strings, keep on playing with a articulation they shouldn't. That's better, yeah. Okay, now what we want is just a nice thick. That's nice and mysterious. Try this thing again. 4. And it has to go with the rest of it. It can't be on its own. How about that? I like that melody. No, I played it wrong again. How about that? Just experimenting while we play, you know. What do you think of that? Sonica? I almost think this should be So I'm getting into this thing of nuanced music where, yes, okay, it's an F sharp dim, all right, that's the rule. And the rule says when you play an F sharp dominant 7, when you play this, your next note should be a B minor, so you're resolving like that. So it's definitely a major sound, but it's incomplete major. It really wants to go home. Now, what I'm doing with the melody and the strings is having this note, the major note, playing with the minor note, which is breaking the rules. But let's just listen and see if it really sounds like it jars the ear. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. We've also got that slide in the brass, which makes it just a mess anyway. So we've got this idea of this melting, sort of uncertain where we stand ambiguity, which is exactly what I set out to convey for this character, Alex Marlowe. What have we got here? Bipolar, manic, dandy, often drunk, a thespian, so very much a performer, master of disguise. These all sort of, to me, point out this kind of untrustworthiness or ambiguity that I believe comes through in the music. So the rules can go to hell. Anyway, I'm enjoying myself too much to worry about it. There we go, so we got a little bit of that. Now we're going to add a bit of reverb. To make sure it doesn't do that, which is... Okay, I like this. But it comes in way too strong at this point, so we're going to just take the mod wheel, use the mod wheel to bring it down a little bit. And but at the same time we can make sure that there's a little bit of a rise in energy towards the end of it. Make sure we don't lose that energy. Okay, good. Let's give it another listen. Now, before we carry on, I just want to make sure Forzo is behaving itself. Behave yourself, Forzo. Where are you? Come here. There we go. I want you on, not crescendo bend. Ah, I see what's going on here. Because we deleted the first half of this and we've moved it to the bassoon, what's happened is the whole thing, the articulation has gone with it. So now I have to just open this all up, delete all that rubbish, and delete all this rubbish. And now it should start out. I've monoed my track again. Damn it. There we go. Good start, well, a good feel, should I say. It's not a start. We've been working on it for about 2-3 hours now. I would just like to take this string section and redo it, not rewrite it, but make sure that it doesn't come in too hot. So I'm going to go over to strings and turn the brightness down and keep it kind of damp. That makes sense. Okay, here we go. Let's take it back to the start. Also, too many notes. Sits down a sort of mixolydian. Don't worry about the brass. Okay, I do want a noticeable swell on that note though, so let's take up the, let's get the mod wheel lane up and make sure it's visible. So we gotta get this note over here. So we're going to keep it low except for a new point which takes it up right around there. So here we go. Listen to the strings, how they swell. Good, and then down a little bit over here at the end. Manual editing, kids, this is what it's about. Let's pump it even higher. Alright, take it from here, strings. There we go, fine, just a little bit earlier please. I want it to be on this rise over here. Good, and we can stretch that out a little bit there. Cool, so we've got some dynamics in there, which sounds nice. I do feel like this piece might need some rhythm. I think that it's time for the drums. I try to hold off on the drums usually because it's easy to just create volume and make it sound good that way, but not really serving the music. If it can't be played without the drums, if the drums are such a pivotal part of it that you can't live without it, then maybe the music's not really all there. Looking for some water. This really is the highlight of my day though. You know, I finished my work for the day and this is my reward. So if you're around and you see what I'm up to and you like what I'm doing, drop us a line, leave me a chat, let me know what you're doing. Okay. What time is it? It's boogie time. Let's get boogieing, kids. Alright. Now we should have a drum kit here. Let's put drums here. And enable it. Take the master. Let's take it to the master, should I say. Pre-master, that is. Okay, to the pre-master. Okay, let's change the mix here to jazz. Just give us a nice background sounding vibe. Drums are never the reason to go and see a jazz concert. The rhythm section, at least, it always plays second fiddle to the horns, and I know this because I am a rhythm player in a swing jazz band. In terms of status, you got a lot to prove if you want to rival the horns. And nice clapping there. Okay, now I'm going for rides. Let's play some rides. Every time I play this kind of jazz solo drum thing, I think of the soundtrack to Birdman. A very divisive movie. Not everybody loves it. Some people think it's ridiculous. I think it's one of the best films ever made. This getting inside the mind of the artist and figuring out what it takes to be noticed in this crowded world. Also, Emma Stone is just a boss in everything she does. Things are about to get real. Are you ready? I'm going to do a one-take wonder with this lovely 6/8 rhythm. Let's just go. Where was I? Here we go. No, here we don't go. Yes, here we do. No, I need my click, please. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Good enough to work with, and here we go. Alright, a few things off the bat. Oof, quantizing this is going to be hard because I've played it with a swing rhythm. I think I might have to do manual quantization, which I don't really like. Let's try it once with 50% quantize, see if there are any bum notes. I'm sure there are. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, I have definitely overdone the snare velocity. Maybe what I could do instead, what I normally do is edit the velocity, but let's see if there's room to, let's solo the snare out. That's what I don't get about this mixing kit, is that you solo it out and it doesn't actually solo. So it picks up the kick on the snare mic, which is how you would record a live kit. Makes sense. It just doesn't make sense to have that as a software instrument where you need to isolate. Aha. Okay. Kick and snare are obviously way too loud. Let's mute all of the mics up here and let's just work on the drums on their own. Okay. Kick first. Don't need the mixer. Don't need the mod wheel. And I'm just going to make sure all the kicks. So I'm going to select all the kicks here. I'm going to select all the kicks. Obey me, machine. Okay, machine not obeying me. So when you go to begging mode, you're like, please, bargaining mode. I'm now bargaining with the machine. I want the velocities to be somewhat standard. See, I've gone and quantized it straight, which I don't want. What I want is a swing. Definitely want a swing. That's sounding good. Except for the bum notes. Okay, let's do this manually. I'm going to just follow along while I edit. I mean, the most exciting stream ever, while I edit. I want most of the foundation kicks, in other words, the ones that land on the beat, I want them to be quantized 100%. Make sure that they're not see, that doesn't work. This one here. Make sure the kicks and the snares are really on target. That's really what we got here. Now this top stuff, all the cymbals basically are still unfortunately quantized straight. So let's just take the whole thing down to swing again, see what we get. Let's open up these overheads and get a nice full sound. Okay, so a lot to fix here, but I'm going to commit that groove. I like that moment too, and that needs to be a crash there. And then we also need one here. Alright. Boom. Please excuse the squeaking noises in the background. You actually need like a roll there, something like that. It's okay that it's a bit messy. Let's see how it sounds with the rest of the track. Take out the snare and make sure it sounds better. Usually they give you A/B options for snare. Let's hear how the other one sounds. Same, sounds the same to me. Tune it up. That's better. Simplify this. I think I'm going to simplify this. Okay, let's start with that. Now I'm going to make sure that this one passage works, and then I'm going to copy it. Okay, so all of this, snare and kick, has to be quantized, 1/16th swing. Let's make it one. It's actually not swing, it's triplets. See that? That's what we want, yeah. It's a triplet rhythm, not a swing rhythm. Okay, and then all of these guys, these snares. This one here specifically. Okay, boom. Firstly, we drop their velocity down so that they're not so piercing. That's what you want, yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're missing a little bit of action here. Might need a bit more in the snare. Dun, dun, dun. Take out one of those, simplify. Take it top again. Let's take out this one, simplify. Late. Doesn't work over here, lose that. I like that though. Good, so we got there, kids, we got somewhere. Let's duplicate that. Duplicate. Duplicate. Hello. She's not obeying me at all. Rebellious machine. Naughty machine. A light jazz touch. Good. Like that, except we're going to duplicate the first and the third one, but not the second one. The second one we're going to give it its own. Dun 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 dun. This is going to sound like a machine gun, but we'll change the groove once we can. These three need to be moved in. This one here moves up one. That's it. I've got a specific idea in mind. No. Now these ones get moved as quantized as 32 triplets. That should work. And we're ending on the... That's nice. Okay, let's hear that again. What if we quantize them as 16 triplets instead? Let's try that. I'll just try this. That's what I'm going for. Great. Cool. So we've got that second part, which is slightly different to the first and the third. Here's the whole thing in context. Deliberately not blaring the drums because I want the drum element to be subtle. And yeah, I can give this whole piece a listen together and see how it's coming along. And then we'll pretty much be done. If you've just joined or you're new to the stream, I make music templates. Today I'm working on something different though. It's a commission for a 2D point-and-click adventure game set in the 30s. But if you'd like to know what my other work and check out how you can use these templates to make your own music, it's kind of license-free. I'm kind of giving it away. Check the link in the description of YouTube, and you'll see a link to free downloads of some of the stuff I've done. Download it, import it into your DAW. I've done like some Aphex Twin and TV themes and stuff, and I'm growing that project all the time. Here we go. Okay, I'm liking this. I think it's getting places now. So today we've added the bassoon, which we replaced this brass sound from yesterday's stream. I like that. This was originally holding the kind of melody, and now we've replaced that with this, which is much more subtle and nice. And then I also added these strings over here. Pizzicato, very subtle. So it's a combination of subtle things. There are a few things about this I don't like, but I think it's good enough for a bounce. See what the client likes, what client doesn't like. Certainly this drum kicking is getting on my nerves a little bit already. It should be like a subtle pulse, not a... something in the background. I'm now fussing over this drum. Solo out the drums. Let's take the decay down. So on the actual drum, we've got individual controls usually. Transient comps, all that stuff, you can set it, but what I'm actually going for here is this for the drum now, this section over here? No. So they don't give you a lot of control over individual... There we go. A little bit, so you might be too hard to hear this, but I'm listening carefully. That's it. So now we're talking about a drum that's on the far end of a hole, and the drum skin is a bit loose, so it's really not piercing through the mix. It's not an EDM concert. It's somewhere there. The pulse is being held by the remainder of the instruments. Okay, cool. I'm getting into the weeds here. It's not necessary. So yeah, pretty much I think I'm going to tweak this a little bit more, but nothing too different. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. I really do, sincerely. I kind of really enjoying connecting with some of the people showing up. So next time, drop a line. I'd love to hear what you're doing while I work. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, check out what I'm doing 2 p.m. UTC weekdays, showing up and making music and releasing template files. And hopefully you guys can enjoy working with them and seeing what kind of remixes you can do. Yeah, give it a go. Alright, well, that's it from me for today, and I will see you guys again, not tomorrow, no stream tomorrow. I'm off out of town, back on Monday, and we'll carry on with this piece or another one. Sweet. So yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Cheers.